Alright, guys, welcome back. This is coverage of the 2026 Myth World Cup DE1 round between Avon's Grove and C4. Of course, C4 is the team that I'm on, so we're going to go over my games. As you can see on my screen right now, we have a Mythfits versus TI game. They were the other match of the day, but I think we'll go through my games first, and then in the next video we'll go through TI versus Mythfits. So yeah, let's just jump into game number one. This is Last Man on the Hill on Eyrie. And so we have attending Avon's Grove is Baron, Rat King as a sub, Gerald, Photon Cooper, MP as a sub, Two Frogs Walking, and Vigor. Now this core group of Baron, Gerald, Photon Trooper, and Vigor, and maybe Two Frogs Walking, they have played in at least 4 consecutive Myth World Cups together. So it'll be interesting to see if they've nailed down the team dynamics. I've teamed with Spy on probably 3 Myth World Cups during various years. Walter White as well. But for the most part, we're just a ragtag group of people here. Spy, Donsky, Walter White, myself, Groove, Gecko, Killer King, and Lone Ranger. So I would say that Avon's Grove definitely has the sort of experience of playing together, at least as it pertains to Baron, Gerald, Photon Trooper, Two Frogs Walking, and Vigor. But I would say overall the experience advantage definitely lies with players like Donsky, Gecko, and maybe Karma will show up. So it looks like Spy is nearly done handing out units, so let's just cruise on over here. On Trow duty, we see Lone Ranger. Now, in our Discord channel, he did say that he was practicing, and so we decided to give him the power units, because if you talk a big game, then you better be prepared to back it up. So that's why he gets the Trow. Everyone else more or less gets a couple of artillery units and some melee. I'm getting some souls. We had very, very good attendance today, so thank you to all my teammates for showing up. But that being said, splitting up this army 8 ways is kind of difficult. The number of units on this map is somewhat limited when it's 8 versus 7. Now for Team Avon's Grove, we have on Trow Gerald Toad. That is no surprise. He definitely likes his Trow. However, he does tend to play in a somewhat predictable manner, and I would have liked to have seen maybe someone like Rat King with the Trow, or maybe some of these other guys, Photon Trooper, Vigor, Two Frogs Walking, and then Gerald could do some of the artillery. But no, we definitely are going to get a Gerald Trow. And it looks like Two Frogs Walking a little bit late to the start, or a little late to get going, but we'll see what happens. MP on Solus, and everyone else, just like with our team, melee and a couple of artillery units. I think I'll try this angle here.
Flag captured. Flag contested.
All right, so we see some kind of flank here from Photon Trooper.
Flag
He wants
contested.
to plug up that western gap. And we got a couple of deep flanking guys from Walter White, but not much on the northern side.
Flag contested.
And I think this is really just shaping up to be an artillery battle here. We see my Solus here at a very significant height disadvantage. So MP could actually, he's in a very nice spot to start throwing some javelins, but he's not really throwing as many as he could. He seems to have split his Solus into 2 groups of 4, and he's only using half of his guys. Meanwhile here, Walter White with some side action.
Flag lost.
Walter White really needs to be careful, because like he can get rushed pretty easily here. But it looks like Photon Trooper is going to lose a mortar. Oh, almost. And yeah, it looks like Geralt is going to take a little trow health, I think, from my Solus. And we do see players like Groove and Killer King, you know, peppering the trow with artillery. And I think Geralt has lost half the health of his trow without really doing anything. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so it looks like Two Frogs Walking is getting aggressive here on Walter White. Oh, he could have fired. He canceled it, though. I think he could have gotten Walter White.
Flag contested.
Okay. So nice shot there. Somebody killing a Warlock. And yeah, we just... Killer King with another Warlock, just whittling down the health here. Walter White getting pushed way back. We see my Solus rotating, and this should allow MP to rotate, but he's staying on the hill here. He should be throwing at the trow. Okay, there, nice dodging there from Lone Ranger. Oh, we see a paralyzed Warlock here. Nice shot there from Killer King. Oh no. Two Frogs Walking. Maybe a control click? Geralt gonna get frozen from my Solus. Gonna lose a couple of guys there. Yeah, my Solus, if they can take this hill right here, that'll be very advantageous. Nope. Instead, I'm going to get blasted by Rat King. Nice shot there from Rat King, but he is going to lose a couple of artillery, or a mortar. And now, it looks like... What was Geralt's trow doing way back there? I don't know what was going on. But now he's coming back. And Lone Ranger's trow, very healthy. Geralt's just eating damage here. Just walking around, out for a stroll. There's no real meaningful damage from Geralt, unfortunately for him. Nice block there with the groove mortar. This seems to be a stalemate. And Trow is officially going to go down. And yeah, I think Team Avon's Grove really against it here. Nice Warlock shot there from Killer King, and nice defense from Groove with the mortars. Now, it looks like these Trow are going to come and take care of business here. I don't think there's really anything that Bridgestone or there's a Photon Trooper and Two Frogs Walking can do. Lone Ranger needs to be kicking these mauls here. Well, I guess he's just going to go after the artillery instead. And yeah, I mean, this looks like it's pretty much mop-up duty at this point. A lot of Soulless getting blasted. And Avon's Grove is firmly on the run here with about 2.5 minutes to go. Jorol saying, "Now we die, my bad." Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I agree with Jorol that didn't really see much out of his Trow. I don't know what was going on there.
Flag contested. One minute remaining.
And this should do it here.
30 seconds remaining. Team eliminated.
There you go. So yeah, I mean, pretty even damage there from everybody for Team 4Cs. Nice damage there from Rat King with the artillery. Unfortunately, Jorol with one damage, despite getting 2 Trow, and I think he had a handful of Zerks as well. So, you know, not the best performance from the legendary Jorol Toad. You would expect him to get more than 1 damage with 2 Trow and some Zerks. I don't know what was going on there. He seemed to have eaten a lot of damage without really doing anything, and then the next thing I know, his Trow was way over here somewhere, completely out of the battle. So I think it was largely a positioning issue for for Team Avon's Grove, unfortunately. But yeah, that was the first game. Moving on, this is Lichen, capture the flag. And so this one is captained by yours truly. We'll go over my strategy in a bit. Of note, we now have a full game with with Akira as a sub. So thank you to Akira, Rat King, and Empy for subbing for Avon's Grove. It looks like we have max warriors, 6 archers, 5 dwarves, of course the general, 4 goals, and some thrall for presumably for flag defense. My trade, max warriors, 4 archers, 3 dwarves, way more thrall, and yeah. So I could tell you my strategy right now, since I was captain, was basically to send Karma south, down this way through this gap, and just have him put pressure that way. I was going to send Walter White with 8 thrall and a dwarf to plug this gap here, and then everybody else middle. That was basically my strategy. Now, initially, I had planned on having Donsky be the general, because he has said on numerous occasions that he's comfortable in that role. And so I'd planned on it, planned on giving him the general. However, for this game, Gecko was very outspoken, and he said he wanted the general. And, you know, I'm not one to say no to Gecko. And so he is the one with the general for my team. And let's see here, we have Donsky and Groove, who have warrior packs and goals. Let's see, yeah, Killer King with some bows, Spy with some thrall, and a dwarf, I think, yes. And again, this is a map, and maybe it could also be my my unit selection, but it's not the best map for 8 people. It was kind of hard to come up with various roles for 8 people with this amount of with these units. So did my best, tried to get everybody involved, but of course, as captain, I want to win most of all, and so I did what I had to do. Let's see, for Team Avon's Grove, we have Akira as the general, and then various warrior and dwarf packs. Kind of a similar situation, but with a lot fewer thrall. And yeah, I gave a bunch of thrall to Spy. I wanted him to, push the middle, get some leverage with the general, and then keep Spy and Killer King with the archers and thrall kind of push. We'll see what happens. Now, right off the bat, we see a northern flank here. Rat King and Empy. So we see Rat King with 5 warriors, 1 goal. Empy with 3 warriors and a dwarf. I would much rather see the dwarf in the hands of Rat King, anything explosion related, you typically want to keep out of MP's hands. And so I would have traded in a heartbeat. I would have given Rat King the dwarf and MP the goal. We'll see what happens. So yeah, we got a northern flank from Avon's Grove. We see the main force in the middle. They don't seem to be going middle. They actually seem to be going sort of this northern middle area. Unfortunately for them, they have this giant pool of dark water, so their army can't really line up. It does look like Akira wants to launch bottles off of this ridge here. That's cool, but because of all the deep water, these bows can't really line up, and yeah, I don't know about that. Meanwhile, down south we have Karma saying, seal that gap while we cut Medicare reimbursements. Classic OD. I don't know what this man is talking about. But yeah, it looks like Karma is going to be able to slash his way through these guys. Geralt is completely outnumbered here. And if Karma is able to puss this dwarf, it's pretty much going to be over. And it looks like Karma's going for it. There we go. Oh, nice defensive puss there from Geralt. Maybe the dwarf will live. Maybe not. Who knows? But we see... Oh, this army is pulling back. Vigor is now sort of going towards the base. And the main force, we're taking over like half the map here. And suddenly Team Avon's Grove is on the run. And it looks like Donsky's going to be able to trap these Geralt soldiers. And that'll be it for Geralt. Now we do see some general action here. Oh, I apologize to Gecko, because he did have a money shot. He did have a money shot that I failed to catch on camera. So sorry, Gecko. You were an amazing general. And we'll see what happens with these other ones. Here we go with some launches. What a throw. There you go. Gecko clearly knows what he's doing. Almost a nice puss there from Rat King. And these dwarves are going to completely obliterate the warriors here. We see Akira trying to do what he can against these archers from Killer King. And there's not much Akira can do without some support, but his support seems to have been wiped out. We see Rat King going for the flag, but I don't think he's going to be able to get much leverage. And it's really, the story is the fact that Avon's Grove really just has most of their army turtled up at their flag. And this is kind of it for Akira. He needs to do something here. Oh, Akira is going to self-immolate himself, just like that dude on the first Rage Against the Machine album. And he now has no more dwarves, and there's not much he can do. Now he does have a journeyman and a general. They can potentially rush this. And it looks like Akira has 3 heals, so unless unless someone comes to help these archers, he can't actually slice them down. Spy, not really interested in helping Killer King. He's instead going for a nice dip in this muddy water. Probably reminds him of Nova Scotia. And Akira is going to get a couple of these archers, it looks like. But I think that's the extent that can be done. Donsky a little more on the ball. Moving in to help Killer King there. Down south, we have a huge warrior wall from Karma, but he cannot advance because of these dwarves. That is the major limiting factor. Not the best throw there from Vigor, not doing much damage. And now that pus is kind of useless. And again, look at all these idle units. This is really just, it appears as though they're playing for a tie with 6 minutes left. But we'll see what Gecko can do. Launching some dwarf bombs. Can he get the range? It doesn't look like it. It looks like he's still a bit out of range. Now this dwarf is out of position. And I think Karma can set up the rush now because the second dwarf is gone. Oh, a bottle pus. Gonna get a warrior there. But I think this may be the beginning of the end for Team Avon's Grove. And that dwarf is gonna blow himself up. Okay, let's see if we can get some Gecko action here. What a shot. Oh, what another shot.
Contested.
Gecko is on fire here. And yeah, this is pretty much going to do it. Let's see if Two Frogs can get some throws.
Contested.
Might have blown up his own guys.
Remaining.
And this is probably going to do it here.
Flag lost.
And yeah, there you go. So yeah, I mean, it didn't seem like anything went right there for Avon's Grove. You know, you had a northern flank that was stopped by a brilliant shot from Gecko, and I apologize for not capturing it. I might go back and just play it just for that one scene. I'll replay this video. Yeah, Karma with the nice flank, doing just exactly what I told him to do. Donsky with a nice recovery, deflecting Akira's general when Spy was taking a dip in this pool over here. And then Killer King with some nice bow work. Again, you know, it was hard to divide this army up 8 ways because there were not that many units, to be honest. Avon's Grove, they seemed a bit disjointed. There was only one player who went south, Gerald. He only had a couple of warriors and a dwarf who got completely overrun by Karma. And then the middle force just seemed to be a bit lacking. And I'm not sure what happened. And the next thing you know, their whole army retreated back to the base, and they just kind of turtled up. So I'm not sure what the plan was there. But yeah, there you go.
Team eliminated.
That was game number
Game
2.
over.
Yeah, alright, I gotta show this the gecko shot again, just because it's gecko. And he wanted the general so bad, guys. It would be so rude of me not to include this shot. Alright, so it's somewhere around here. I also have to include it because it's a shot of MP dying, which I always love to capture. Oh man, what a shot. Nice shot there, Gecko. Alright, there we go. Ah, love to see MP get his head blown off. Alright, now this is game number 3, Desert Ruins Flag Rally. I think we could speed this up a bit. Till we actually see some unit distributions. Okay. 2 minutes to go. We see Groove and Gecko with the Forest Giants. We see, various artillery and melee packs for everybody else. That seems to be the strategy. Now for Team Avon's Grove, we see Baron and Rat King with the Forest Giants. But we also see that Avon's Grove is not finished handing out their units. So let's just check in over here. I am sitting out this game, so I'm actually watching this for the first time. I have no idea what's going to go on, what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, 2 Forest Giants, 1 guy is the Souls, everyone else has melee and a mortar, essentially. That's pretty much what Avon Grove's team has as well, and I think the unit traits are very similar, except Avon's Grove has 6 mortars and Forest Seas has 4 mortars, and so maybe it looks like they got a couple of, maybe 4 or 5 fewer Zerks. We do see Geralt with the Forest Giant, Rat King with the Forest Giant, and then of course everybody else with a various artillery / melee pack, and then 1 guy on Solus, and that is 2 Frogs walking with the Solus. Now we see on the map here, Spy is calling for a 3-prong. Not sure if we're overloading one side or if it's off balance, offset somehow. We'll see, but it looks like the Forest Giants are going to the middle, not surprising. Now we do see the Geralt Forest Giant going north. Well, the Rat King Forest Giant, Photon Trooper, 2 Frogs walking, they all have troops going mid.
Flag captured.
And so it looks like if there's going to be a fight for the middle, which it looks like 4 Seas is going to get to flag number 9 first. There is going to be a Forest Giant advantage.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
Karma mentioning that there's a big puss at home.
Captured.
Yes, one of these goals did not pick up the big puss, and there is a stuck thrall there. So I don't know. Maybe they're off to a little bit of a bad start. Although I don't think the deciding factor is going to be a thrall stuck on the wall. Meanwhile, the Giral Forest Giant making it to the northwest corner, tagging flag number 7.
Flag captured.
And the Forest Giant can probably smack these Lone Ranger
Flag
units.
captured.
Meanwhile, a huge buildup here in the middle. These, looks like we're going to have a soulless fight between Spy and Two Frogs Walking.
Flag captured.
And who is this down here? Vigor on flag defense, flag number 4. There's not much anyone could do down there. Akira wants murder, death, kill. And we see, oh, there's a white. Spy's got a white. Is he going to get him? Oh. I think he might have been able, I don't know. He would have popped a couple of his own soulless too, but it might have frozen the Forest Giant long enough for Groove to kill the Forest Giant, but might have been a good move, who knows. I absolutely would have nuked my own guys just to freeze that Forest Giant. Nice shot there from Photon Trooper to damage some of Spy's soulless. We see that might have been a friendly fire shot. We see Giral playing some nice defense. And then this, see Gecko and Rat King with a bit of a standoff. However, it looks like Rat King might get kind of trapped here. Oh, but the Gecko Forest Giant is going to get frozen. Kind of a wild shot there from Lone Ranger. I think he did damage to Gecko. Okay, this is turning into a slapfest. Rat King, oh, Rat King's going to get pussed. Pussed again, twice. Unnecessary from Groove.
Flag captured.
Giral is going to go down. Oh, he's sorry. Rat King is going to go down. He was gobbled up just like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Flag captured.
Nice shot there. Now Gecko does have a half-health Forest Giant. Not sure what he's doing. Probably going for flag 6. And a lot of this Avon's Grove army is kind of trapped in the middle here. I'm not even sure if they can get around. Okay, they can, but... Oh, but it looks like MP did steal a puss. He's not throwing it. And he misses with the throw. A little bit late with the puss from MP. I think he might have been able to get Groove. That would have changed the complexion of the game.
Flag captured.
And it looks like this main force from Avon's Grove is getting boxed in a bit. And I think Killer King's going for it. I mean,
Flag captured.
Why are these guys running away?
Flag captured. Victory imminent.
I think Two Frogs Walking really could have killed these Zerks with the help of the Soulless. I'm not sure why he just started running away.
Flag
And
captured.
that'll do it. Gecko with the tag. Alright, so that was an interesting game. Yeah, I mean, nice puss there to get Rat King's Forest Giant. And it's tough when the Forest Giants go different directions, and then the other team's Forest Giants kind of stay together. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to match that, I think. But yeah, I mean, another flag rally game. All right. This is game number 4. Territories on creep. And this time it is Karma who is the captain. I'm back, and I think Donsky is sitting this game out. And for Avon's Grove, it looks like Rat King decided to take off. But Akira is still here, and MP is still here, so it's 8 on 7. Avon's Grove facing a bit of a disadvantage here. Karma says plan is win mid. It's not a terrible strategy. Now it looks like Karma opted for max archers and almost max thrall, probably max goals, max whites, a couple of dwarves, and a Jamin. So not opting for any warriors and instead going for the maximum artillery and then thrall there to absorb damage. For Avon's Grove, they definitely did not max archers, although they have quite a few. We see a lot of warriors. It looks like 18 warriors maybe. And 3 dwarves, I think, no, 4 dwarves, and only 2 thrall. So there is kind of a big mismatch. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, it's kind of late. Between these 2 unit sets, and it'll be interesting to see if the thrall can be negated by the dwarves, obviously. However, because Team Karma has so many pus and so many goals, I'm sure that Karma, is telling his team to focus on pussing the dwarves. And
that sure is a lot of archers.
oh my god, you just scared the shit out of... Who is that?
That's Sanglaine.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize someone else was on this thing. Okay. Yeah. Welcome. Yeah. Good to see someone else on here. I thought I was talking to myself.
But you're good. I've just been quiet because I got background sound. So
Okay. Nice. Yeah. So you said there was a huge mismatch in archers.
oh, there's just they just have a lot of archers on C4. I just didn't expect it.
Yeah, a lot of archers and no warriors. That's the big difference here, is that they don't have any warriors.
Yeah, no warriors, but they have like a ton of thrall. I assume that they plan to sink them, but I just thought it was a little bit wild that they have so many archers.
Yeah, well, our plan was to do a thrall wall kind of deal and just have the thrall, cover the archers, and then everyone tries to either puss or shoot the dwarves, because once the dwarves die, then the thrall become a lot more valuable. Or at least I hope that's what the strategy was. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. A lot better than the strategy we
Well, I'm going to get to your guys' games in a bit.
actually noticed there's 7 flags on this map. The map that we downloaded had only 6 on it. Was it supposed to be 7?
Captured.
I think there were supposed to be
captured.
7. I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm sure that it doesn't matter. It's just I don't know. I had when I made my strategy for this map, I thought it was supposed to be 7, but then I saw that it was 6, and it was a little bit too late for me to change it. So
Yeah, I'm not sure, but what I can say is that there's a lot of different versions of creep, and so it doesn't surprise me that there might be various versions out there.
gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so we do see a very strong MP and Photon Trooper going to the south here and not really being matched by anybody except Walter White and his Gecko Gold Pack. But they're also kind of light in the middle as well.
Captured.
And we have pretty much everybody middle. So I think we're going to be pushing.
All those archers, you guys weren't worried about like how much pus there is on the map, or were you not privy to like whatever strategy it was, or did?
Well, Karma was our leader, and I guess he wasn't worried. So if he's not worried, then we're not worried. However,
That makes sense.
what you can see here is that there are no goals. So therefore, there is no pus threat. Okay, there's
Yeah,
one.
that's
There's
good.
one over here, but it's an idle unit, and there's a couple over there, which isn't my department. This is Killer King's department, so I'm just pushing in the middle. We do see some pushing here from Empy, but it looks like, he's got his archers in the back. His archers should be in the front, and yeah, I think Empy
Almost
is.
looks like he has them all selected when he's moving around.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Photon Trooper and Empy really need to link up rather than being a bit separated. But this middle force, again, Gerald just getting steamrolled. His archers, he completely outnumbered, unfortunately for Avon's Grove. Nobody was there to back him up, and it looks like these warriors are going to get shot down.
Yeah, you guys definitely rolled over him in mid really easily.
Yeah, I mean, it was like 5-on-1, so. But here
Do
we
they
go.
have more percentage around? That's what I'm assuming because I see a lot of warriors there.
Yeah, they do have more percentage up here, but and perhaps down here. Oh, what is this? What is this gold pack doing? Oh, what is this? They're dropping satchels. Oh my,
Oh,
Empy. Oh, who is this filthy player? Oh, Gecko. Yeah, Gecko. What are you doing, buddy? That's just nasty. But again, when you do stuff like that to Empy, I approve. We have a land white here from Droll.
it's living quite a lot longer than you'd expect.
Yeah. And there we go. Okay.
Flag lost.
And Droll clumping his units. I'm not sure what he's doing here. He needs to be dodging. He needs to be bobbing and weaving. He needs to be moving some warriors. He needs to be doing something.
It looks like he's not paying attention. Maybe he's at a different part of the map.
Flag lost.
Yeah, well, I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, he definitely can't just be standing there. He's just getting shot. Oh, instead he's typing some long sentence. I don't know what he's doing.
shooting the breeze.
Yeah. But, you know, some people consider Myth to be more of a social event than a competitive video game, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But unfortunately for Avon's Grove,
Flag
they are
captured.
going to be completely surrounded here,
Flag lost.
and they just lost their dwarf, so it's pretty much over.
Yeah, I think you guys got this one in the bag.
Flag
Yeah.
contested.
So Sing, how much time do you
Flag
have?
lost.
I mean, I'll be here for until you're done.
Okay, well, I mean, do you want to go over your games? I'd much rather talk about your games than this slaughter.
I mean, we can watch the rest of their games. That's fine, and it depends on how much time you have, really.
I mean, I'm on the West Coast. It's only 9:30 over here, so.
I can be around for a few hours.
Game.
Oh no, I mean, it's probably just going to be another hour max, but
Yeah, I mean,
unless your
if you want
games
to watch
took a
our
really
games, we can
long
watch
time.
them. I think there was only really one long game was that creep. I guess the last one was long because it got all the way down to the last part of it, but everything else was relatively concise, I'd say.
Nice. All right. Well, let me just quickly go through this game. This is the last. I just for completion's sake, I want to get through this one. But yeah, I'd be happy to go through the Mythfits versus TI match with your commentary because I need to hear firsthand what's going through your guys' mind as you battled TI today. And
Well, I'll definitely give my commentary of it.
okay, yeah, because I don't know if you saw the other video, but that last series you had against TI was riveting, and it went down to that last flag rally game where it just looked like anybody could win. Kept going back and forth. You guys eventually came out with the victory, but yeah, that was a great series. So I'm looking.
Yeah,
I want more.
that last match, yeah, that was a great ending to it. I especially liked having that little moment with Wolf dodging all the arrows at the very end and getting his dwarf real close.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So it was him and Goldsbane. They each had a dwarf. They were dodging, trying to kill archers, and they got a couple of bottles off. But then it eventually came down to the thrall, just slashing at those archers and stuff. It was a sight to see. Okay, so let's look at this army right here. No fetch. This is a bold move. It seems to be just a 100% melee squad. No artillery, no warlocks, no fetch. This is just a rush.
Yeah, well, that is that is very unusual.
Yes, meanwhile, I would say Avon's Grove with the more traditional unit set, opting for 3 warlocks, 6 fetch, max Mercridia, and then some Zerks and Mauls. Yeah, I would consider this to be a more traditional unit trade. However, I will say that this is game 5, and the match has already been decided. So maybe,
Yeah,
yeah,
I would assume that, or well, I'm guessing that your team decided to try something a little bit non-standard. You know, kind of as you already won, so why not try something else?
yes, that was the what we were thinking. Let's see here. So we see Empy with 24%. That is not something you generally want to do. What does Empy have? He has some mauls, but 9 mauls, is that really 24%? Oh, he has, okay, 9 mauls and a warlock, I guess. I don't know, maybe that's 24%, not sure. Meanwhile, we have Photon Trooper, a Baron, Vigor, and Baron. Okay, so they split the fetch 3 ways between Photon Trooper, Baron, and Vigor, and then Warlocks split Gerol, MP, Two Frogs Walking, and various melee to those groups. So
Game
yeah, if we got
on.
if we got 3 people controlling 6 fetch, that means there's probably going to be 2 in the top, 2 in the middle, 2 below, and then 3 warlocks. So there's probably 1 warlock going to go north, 1 middle, 1 south. So
That is a little bit strange.
yeah, it looks like they're going for a more
Flag
symmetrical
captured.
style attack here. Maybe with the exception of these mauls, who appear to be going right down the
Flag
middle.
captured.
And
Do they only have 1 fetch going to the north? It looks like they have 3 mid, and unless he's sending it the wrong way.
yeah, we see. Oh, Geralt was given a fetch. Okay, so
Oh, I see. He's going north now. Okay, no, I just had it mistaken wrong.
yeah, but I don't. Okay, so Photon Trooper may have
captured.
given his fetch.
Flag captured.
Yeah, Photon Trooper gave his fetch to Geralt, and now Geralt's going north, and then the mauls go in the middle. Now look at
Flag
this. We
captured.
see a just all north rush here, with a couple of Zerks to the south, maybe for posterity's sake. But this
Flag
is just a
captured.
northern rush here.
A huge line of melee.
And Baron saying, let's see what they have. Well, they're going to see what we have very, very soon, if not already. And, yeah. These fetch are going to start opening fire, it looks like, once they get into position. But Karma wisely avoiding the fetch. And
It looks like they're just keeping all of their south units south. They should really be moving them north, I think.
yeah, I think that's what this little purple line is. Because they have to hook around this mountain, but I don't think Two Frogs
Flag
Walking is really paying attention. Oh, but now okay, so these guys are all dead.
Here it comes. Yeah.
It's got completely surrounded.
Flag contested.
Okay, they did get a lightning shot off. Oh, a couple of shots. 3 shots even. But yeah, that
They're just-
North
yeah,
Army.
they
Baron
absolutely
and
crushed
Geralt.
there.
Hate to see it. And yeah, Two Frogs Walking. Not. He was supposed to follow that purple line. He could have actually trapped some of these guys, or he could have linked up with Empy and his mauls. But yeah, instead they're just completely divided. And these fetch are on the run here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to lose both of them.
Captured.
So that's 4 fetch down. And again, there needs to be the vigor fetch. The last 2 are just going. They're basically just taking themselves out of the battle while everyone else gets slaughtered.
They're sightseeing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I do like the way this map looks with the nice
It's a pretty nice looking map.
ambient sound. You got the crickets in the background, but it shouldn't distract you from the fact that there's this ravenous horde of units trying to murder you. So I don't know.
Flag captured. Flag lost.
Yeah, I mean it's 74%, 29%. We got to get to we got other places and other games to review. So let's just fast forward this. This is just mop up duty.
5 minutes remaining. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag lost. Flag contested.
Okay.
Flag captured. Flag contested.
And then
Flag captured.
yeah, we got some guys here.
Flag lost.
Got a
Flag
Zerk fight,
contested.
which
Flag
Donsky lost, I might add.
Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag contested.
All right, and that's gonna do it. So that was just a straight up rush. Avon's Grove wasn't able to adjust. They were still breaking apart into their 3-pronged attack. I feel like their only chance was to communicate effectively that, hey, they're rushing us, we need to group together. But that didn't happen, and as a consequence, the first victims were Baron and Geralt in the north, Empy in the middle, and then finally Two Frogs and Vigor in the south. Yeah, I mean, it was just a rush. I mean, what can you do about that, I guess?
Capture.
Anyway, that was the match between 4Cs and Avon's Grove. Thanks to everybody who played. It was a fun match, and I look forward to seeing what Avon's Grove can do in their next matchup. And that next matchup will be against the loser of the games that we're about to cover right now, between the Mythfits and Treasure Island. Are you ready to get into this?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Or actually, I don't know. Should we just do one video?
So, I mean, it's up to you. I was going to say, we didn't actually start with the Eyrie map because it kept crashing on us. So we actually started with Lichen as our first map.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's listed chronologically, so we'll just start with whatever was first. But I'm going to end this video, and then we'll just restart it in a couple of seconds, just so we can keep the videos separate. All right.
Seems like a good idea to me.
Yep, and then yeah. So stay tuned. We will be we'll be back with this next matchup.